Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Trek Masters. I'm Davey,
And I'm MC.
and this is the Star Trek game show where we ask Trek Masters from all over the world to demonstrate their Trek mastery in order to bring glory to themselves and their houses. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, and hello to my co-host MC. How have you been this week, MC?
I've been okay working on website stuff, which is always fun. I have a cat that is crawling over me, so people might see that if they are watching the video. And the trailer for Strange New Worlds just came out.
Oh, I can't even believe we didn't even talk about that before whilst we were getting ready for the pod. Oh wow. Yeah,
Because there was a lot of stuff to get ready for.
there was a lot of so what was the date again? Is it July 23? Is that when it's coming or was it 24?
July 23rd, yeah.
Wow. What'd you think of the trailer?
I thought it was good. I thought it seemed like Strange New Worlds, which, is always a good thing.
Yeah, it looks like there was a lot more like Star Trek sci-fi kind of stuff going on. We didn't really kind of get hints of any of the hijinksy kind of episodes that we know are coming, like the Muppet episode and all that kind of stuff. But I was just going to say, I did notice, I noticed a dinosaur. Did you notice a dinosaur in the trailer?
There was a dinosaur in it,
it's
yes.
Jurassic Trek is coming. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, well, I'm just really glad that considering all of the romantic stuff that they've done with Spock over the seasons, that the only affection shown to him in the trailer is from Kirk.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably continue to be the Spock show, but hey, I'm not complaining about more Ethan Beck, which is not a bad thing. But anyway, thank you so much to everyone who's joining us in the chat today. I can see Jerry in there, My Figure Universe, and Naomi joining us as always. We've got a great show for you today. But before we begin, we would like to give a shout out to all of our BQN Podcast Network patrons, especially to this show's associate producers, Matt Harker,
Lars DeSenza of the Red Shirt Geeks,
Jerry Antimano, who's in the chat,
Sam Johnson,
Jim McMahon,
May M,
Hawk,
Chad Riding,
and our forever AP, Ryan Damon. Thank you so much to all of you for your continued financial support and emotional support of the network.
And remember, if you would like to help keep this and other BQN programs coming to you each week, you can sign up to be a patron over at patreon.com/BQN.
And if Patreon is not your thing, the best thing you can do to help us out is if you are watching on YouTube, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, or if you are listening to this as a podcast, especially on Apple and Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review or whatever review function you have on your podcast platform of choice, because it does help the show be recommended to other people and helps our audience grow. Let's get on with the show, MC. We've got a fun quiz today, all about everyone's favorite holographic doctor. Who have we got waiting to beam in?
Beaming in now from Hailing Frequencies podcast, we have Damian and Jodi.
Hello there, Damian. Welcome back. How are you feeling? You excited?
I have set aside any fear of embarrassment, and I am here to answer some questions. Hopefully, some of them right.
Well, it's a good start. And Jodi, first timer. Are you excited to take on your first ever Trek Masters?
I am hoping the Chaos Goblin in my brain cooperates and I can actually answer something coherently. But, all in the name of fun.
Well, Damian said something interesting when you joined the Zoom call before we went live, and that was when he saw the topic. He said pretty much he didn't think it was going to be a good competition anymore because it sounds like you know the topic quite well.
Well, I know a fair amount of Voyager.
A fair amount of Voyager.
Yes, a fair amount. I'll play it like that. It's everybody has their show, right? Like their series, I think, and Voyager might be mine. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's a perfectly legitimate choice. And is the Doctor a particular favorite, or is it just Voyager is just your jam?
Voyager's my jam, but I mean, it's funny you say that because when I saw the topic for the quiz, I definitely sat there and I thought, yeah, he makes my top 10 characters of Trek easily.
He is fun.
It's warranted. Yeah. I mean, he's had all of it, right? The fun, the drama, and he's crossed series and films now. It's pretty impressive. We like a big character arc.
Damian,
Going over 1,000 years.
Over 1,000
Right.
years, yes. It takes a long time to heal certain emotional trauma when you are a hologram. And Damian, what about you? I mean, you kind of said to me mostly 90s era, like Berman era Trek was your specialty, which is a fairly common response I think we get from a lot of people. Like, do you...
Of a certain age group, yes.
Yes, of a certain age group, yeah. Oh, well, I think this will be interesting because it's not just Voyager, by the way, Damian and Jodi. So we are crossing into Prodigy territory and Starfleet Academy. Probably a little bit more on the Prodigy side because we did just do a big Starfleet Academy quiz last week. But you're right, he is a good character because I actually really enjoyed researching this quiz. I mean, MC and I both wrote this one. So this always winds up being really interesting. I think MC has a reputation for maybe being a little bit harder than I am on some of the questions. So I think you'll get an interesting mix as we go through this. But I think there's nothing else to do but to dive straight into round one.
Off and running.
Right. Get your hands on your buzzers, and this is the Voyager round. All these questions come from Voyager, mostly. Question number 1. Robert Picardo originally auditioned for a different role on Voyager. Which character?
Damian.
Oh, nice.
Neelix.
That is correct.
It was Neelix. That would have been interesting.
Very.
I don't think I would have liked that.
Yeah.
I think it worked out just for the best.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Picardo is incredibly talented. I'm sure he could have made it work. But, I mean, yeah, I guess we never knew anything different. So I guess everything landed where it did. Imagine if they just, like, completely reversed that. But I had a couple of guesses.
Well, in the beginning, they were also, like, really pushing Neelix, like, trying to make him, like, the Data or the Spock. And,
yes.
Yeah.
yes. Someone in the chat suggested Tuvok. I think that would have also had been really interesting. I think Robert Picardo could have done a
show.
Actually, I don't know. I think he's far too an emotive a person to be able to do a Vulcan. All right, second question.
Singing Vulcan? Yeah.
Singing Vulcan. Second question should be a pretty easy one. Who designed the EMH Mark 1?
Jodi?
That would be Louis Zimmerman.
That is correct.
And for a bonus point, Jodi, at which Starfleet facility was it created?
Jupiter Station.
That is correct.
Well done. You picked up an extra point. That was a pretty easy one. It was pretty easy.
Yeah, it was. I'm okay with it.
Question number 3. In Heroes and Demons, the Doctor takes his first away mission and briefly adopts a name. What was it? Ooh.
Jodi?
Just grasping at straws completely here, but I'm going to say, was it Schemus? Sheamus? Something in that way?
Negative.
No.
No. I don't remember.
Damian, that's not the face of a man who looks like he knows the answer to this question.
No, that is not. I know a name he had in a different episode that is not the answer to this.
Right.
Bob.
Nice.
So he called himself Schweitzer.
Say a word. Say a name.
What was it?
Schweitzer.
Schweitzer.
yeah,
It was close.
There was going to be a bonus point, which was what is this a reference to? Which was a real-world humanitarian physician named Albert Schweitzer.
Albert Schweitzer.
There you go. First tough one of the game. Question number 4. In Message in a Bottle, the Doctor is transmitted to the USS Prometheus and must team up with its onboard EMH Mark II, portrayed by which actor?
Oh, you
Damian.
Andy Dick.
That is correct.
It was Andy Dick. Question number 5. In which episode does the Doctor acquire his mobile emitter?
Jodi.
Do you want the title of that one?
Yep, episode
Is that
name.
what you're asking for? The episode title?
Yeah.
That one is going to be A Future's End,
That is correct.
Part 2.
I didn't go into that. I was like,
I think it's Part 2.
I think it actually is part 2, yes. Question number 6. What was the name of the Doctor's controversial holo novel?
Jodi.
Was that? Oh, come on now. Photons. I'm blanking now.
Insufficient
No, I
data.
don't have it.
Damien, do you know it?
I got nothing.
You got nothing? Are you, I thought you looked like you were poised there, waiting, ready to jump. But no.
No.
No, he's like, no.
I'm poised for the next question. I've already written this one off.
Well, Jodi, you got the first word right. It was
Word.
photons be free.
Be free. There it is. See?
Yep.
Half an answer.
Half an answer. But probably no half points needed at this point because you're both
No.
pretty much neck and neck. So, your first question 7 of 9. So, question 7 of 9 always has a few points available. There is 4 points up for grabs in question 7 of 9. For 4 points, or a name as, or however many you can get, name the episodes in which Robert Picardo appears as Zimmerman and not the Doctor, including other series.
Jodi.
Okay, I'm going to start with the obvious one because he appeared in Deep Space Nine in the episode Dr. Bashir, I presume, maybe?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that close enough?
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, yeah, okay, good. Sometimes I am not sure about my mind if it's just feeding me things. And let's think about the other one would have been... Oh, I know. I'm gonna blank. Maybe. Well, no. I blanked.
All good.
Nope.
Insufficient data.
So we'll
Yeah.
give you 1 point for Dr. Bashir, I presume. Damien, there
right.
was 3 others in which Robert Picardo is Zimmerman and not the Doctor. Do you know what they are?
No, these Voyager episode names are deadly for me. I'm sorry.
I don't think there's too many more episode name questions. Oh, good. Let's see if anyone in the chat is getting them. No, not quite. So we've got Dr. Bashir, I presume. So there was also the Voyager episode Lifeline, which is where he goes to Jupiter Station. And there's 2 others. So he actually appeared as a hologram, I read on Memory Alpha, in the episodes Projections and The Swarm.
Mm-hmm.
I was like fact-checking like the shit out of those because I was just like, I do not remember that.
It's a great question. It's a great question.
And it stumped you
That is
both.
tough. It did. Episode titles,
Stumped.
not my jam.
Well, the next one is not an episode title question. So your second last question for the Voyager round. In blink of an eye, Voyager is trapped orbiting a planet where time moves thousands of times faster. The Doctor beams down and spends years there. What is the name of the sun that he has on the planet?
Jodi.
I am making a name up right now. I think it's Joe.
Negative.
I'm just guessing.
Damien, do you know it?
I mean, I already said Bob.
Negative.
No, I don't know it.
Well done to Jim and Sean in the chat for getting it. His name was Jason Tabriz.
Jason.
Jason Tabriz. Sounds.
No, I don't think I would have gotten that on a multiple choice. Ugh.
All right. Final question for this round. In the alternate timeline shown in the Voyager finale Endgame, the Doctor finally chooses a permanent name for himself. What is it?
Damian?
Joe.
That is correct.
Joe was going to be a correct answer at some point.
Just keep trying the same answers. It's bound to work.
For
That's where I got that.
For a bonus point, do you remember why he chose that name?
I feel like it was related to his like hot young girlfriend, but I don't remember.
I mean, you're in the...
That's actually kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the specific answer, Jodi?
I think, wasn't it like her father or grandfather's, like his wife's grandfather's name or something like that?
That is correct.
Yeah, that's correct. But it looks like...
I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna give you both half a point on
Half a
that
point.
bonus
All right.
question.
Collaboration.
We'll take it.
I think you actually gave Damian a point and a half. You wrote one
Yeah,
point.
because he got one, and then
Oh,
he got half
yeah.
for the bonus.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I told you I'm hungover. Yes, and also coincidentally the name of Robert Picardo's real-life father as well. That is the end of the Voyager round. That was tough. MC, how did they do?
So it was a very close first round. We have Damian with 3.5 points and Jodi with 4.5 points.
Tough competition. Let's dive into round 2. Two is the Prodigy and Starfleet Academy round. So questions about the Doctor in Prodigy and Starfleet Academy. So this could be a little bit more tougher for our Voyager fanatic. I think some of this stuff is probably... I mean, Starfleet Academy might be a little bit fresher in our minds, but Prodigy, maybe not so much. But let's see how you go. Question number 1. In Prodigy Season 2, what does the Doctor say? He says he hasn't seen a crew this dysfunctional since... What? I haven't seen a crew this dysfunctional since... Finish the line. What did he say? No?
Jodi?
I mean, I'm just going to fill in the blank. Voyager?
Negative.
No. People are getting it in the chat. Well done.
Okay, good.
Damien, do you know what it was?
Good.
I do not.
I haven't seen a crew this dysfunctional since the Cerritos.
Oh.
Oh, fantastic. That's a great line.
Oh. God damn it.
We should have gotten that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, everyone.
Apologies.
Second question. The Doctor wrote a new holo novel during his time on the Voyager-A. What was it called?
Jodi?
Well, it wasn't author is what you're telling me. 'Cause
Negative.
that's what I was going to guess. But yeah,
No, not author.
I got nothing. Mm-mm.
Damien?
Photons of our lives.
Negative.
That is the best answer ever.
I would
That's
love...
desperate.
I want to give you
That
a
was
point
desperate.
for originality and because that was pretty funny, but no, it was called The Mentor. The Mentor.
Oh.
Question number 3. In Prodigy Season 2 again, the Doctor has a humorous 10-step program for the Academy hopefuls with the acronym AAAH. What did the acronym stand for? Maybe I went a little bit too hard for some of these.
I think you did. These were not my
That's a-
questions, just so you guys
that's a-
know.
Deep dive. Are people in the chat getting this? I need to know.
Some of them.
This is also the problem when you watch Prodigy in like one sitting.
Yes, yeah.
Oof.
Unable to comply.
Anti-anxiety for Academy hopefuls. Not always ask for help, as Sean suggested in the chat.
Gosh.
I know, these are tough. At the end of Prodigy Season 2, the Doctor performs a critical act to save Hologram Janeway. What does Hologram Janeway become as a result?
Jodi?
She becomes the Doctor.
Negative.
Not
No?
the answer I'm looking for, no.
Oh, okay.
Damian? Johnson?
I don't have it.
I'll just give you some music to think.
No, it's not going to happen.
Oh, good.
Unable to comply.
She became the Emergency Command Hologram. She became an ECH.
Oh,
Right.
CH.
Yes, yes. In Starfleet Academy Season 1, when it is just Nala Arke and Jet Reno on the bridge, what station is the Doctor at? What station is he manning?
Damian?
The helm.
Negative.
No. Jodi? Well, I mean, people are saying the con, but yeah, I had a different answer.
I thought it was. Is it operations?
Jerry just got it in the chat. No, it wasn't operations.
Negative.
It was tactical. Tactical was what I had got off Memory Alpha. It was very tactical. Although it was sitting at the front, so
It felt like the front,
yeah, it felt like the con.
which makes me think I actually don't know what station is what. And that's
It's not clear.
I
It's
mean, that
not
is
clear.
true. The Athena is different than...
It is set up different.
Yep, yep. So
we never actually saw the bridge crew again.
Yeah.
So you couldn't associate it with faces.
They're the one-hit wonders of the bridge crew.
Yeah.
I know it's such a like modern Trek thing to do, to introduce all these like interesting secondary characters on the bridge and then never see any of them.
Yes, I was ready for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we'll see more of them in season 2. But question 6, keeping on Starfleet Academy, what does the Doctor teach at Starfleet Academy?
Damian?
Debate.
I mean, he does in one episode, but that's.
Oh,
Negative.
yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Was he teaching it, or was it like a club?
no, he did teach it, didn't he?
It may have been.
I mean, I'll leave that up to you, MC. That could. I mean, he does technically teach them debate, but it's
I
not.
mean, I'm willing to give it because, yeah, there is... I believe he did give some lectures on proper debating, so...
Yeah.
And I don't even know... Did we see him teach this?
Did you write that one or did I?
I wrote this one, which is why I'm like... I know it's from Memory Alpha, but also Memory Alpha is not great at newer stuff.
Yes, because it's all user generated, right? Like it's.
No, he teaches another thing too. Yeah, no, I think I remember the moment now.
There was a particular topic, yes, but Jodi, do you know what that topic was?
I'm going with like biochemistry, something sciencey,
Negative.
medical related.
No, he taught xenobiology. But even
Oh,
when we did the Starfleet Academy quiz last week, like there was a bit of debate as well. Like when I said, "Oh, what did Jet Reno teach?" and the official answer was temporal mechanics. But then I feel like it was one of those shows where just everyone just seems to teach everything and is capable of teaching anything. Like Tilly is all of a sudden a theater teacher, a drama teacher. Like it's, it's
Oh, come on. If anybody is a theater nerd, it is.
it's Tilly. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. I didn't question it.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
not once.
It did make sense. It did make sense. It did make sense. Dear. MC took issue with that. Question 7. There's some debate about it happening in the chat too, which is good to see. Question 7 of 9 is worth 3 points. Where does the Doctor raise Sam? How long does it seem to them? And how long is it to the rest of the galaxy?
Damian?
He raises her on Cask,
Yep.
It seems like 17 years to them, but 2 weeks to the galaxy.
That is correct.
3 points. Congratulations. Well
Well
done.
done.
I had to get some points in this round. It's
Something.
That was good. That was good. Second last question for this round. When the Protostar crew used the plot of the Doctor's holo novel as inspiration to escape, what does the Doctor lament? He says something in particular about them using his own holo novel as inspiration to escape. It's a very Doctor thing to say. No? Not even gonna do this? Oh. Go, Damian.
Nothing.
I'm just flattered they read my book.
I mean,
Negative.
That would be a very Doctor thing to say.
it would be. But the actual thing he
He
said...
might not say that. He might feel that.
Yeah, yeah. What he actually said was, betrayed by my own brilliant storylines.
I put this question in just because I love that fucking line.
It's a good
It's so
quote.
good. It's so good.
Okay, do you want to do Price is Right rules for this next one, MC?
Yeah, we can do Price is Right rules for this one.
Okay, Price is Right rules for this one is the closest without going over gets the point. Unless you know it exactly. Including Voyager, Prodigy, and Starfleet Academy, how many episodes has the Doctor appeared in?
This is math.
This is math.
Jodi?
All right, I'm going to take a stab at this. I'm going to say 178.
Damian, what would you say?
I think the asshole number, I guess, would be 179, but I think it's I'm going to say 185.
The correct answer is 190.
Yeah.
So that goes to Damian. Well done. I mean, I'm not going to say that is correct, but like, it's close. I was about to press the correct button. I'm like,
I was just going to add one, but I'm like a jerk.
here's a question for you, MC. Did that include like his appearance in like First Contact and also when the EMH Mark 1 appears on Deep Space Nine? Did you include that, or is it just like the Doctor? Like,
Well, I mean, like the EMH doesn't appear in Deep Space Nine. It's Louis Zimmerman who appears in Deep Space Nine.
but he loads up the EMH at one point, and he's like, "Am I being replaced by him?" Do you remember that bit?
Right. Oh, right. No, they don't include those because it's specifically the Doctor. not the
Specifically, the
EMH.
Doctor, not the EMH. That makes sense.
Yeah, because First Contact, it is Enterprise's EMH, and
Yeah.
in Deep Space Nine, I think it's actually Jupiter Station's EMH because they had to install it. So yeah,
Correct,
no, this
correct.
just includes, it's like it just had Voyager, Prodigy, and Starfleet Academy on the list. So, but
Nice.
190. I thought it was a very nice round number, so that's why I put
Very
it on
nice.
there.
It is, and we were getting some interesting guesses in the chat. Some people were saying over 200, some people were saying 170, but yeah, well done, well done. That's the end of that round. We got through it. Congratulations. MC, can we get a score update, please?
That was a tough round. That was a very tough round, but Damian managed to net 5 points in it,
Oh,
bringing the totals to Jodi at 4.5 and Damian with 8.5.
Well done. Well done. We're going to be going into Warp very, very soon. And I feel that that's where this competition is really, really going to heat up. But before we do that, everyone, we're going to take a very, very quick break for a couple of minutes, give these guys a chance to get a glass of water and stretch their legs. And in the meantime, if you are watching on YouTube, please enjoy this little snippet at all the other programs that you can currently enjoy on the BQN Podcast Network. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
What's happening on BQN, you ask? Let's chart the Star Trek cosmos with all good things. Embark on a comprehensive journey through the entire Star Trek universe with the insightful crew of Amy, Christos, Kelvin, and Kristen. Galaxy class, engage! Stephen and Stefan pilots this Alpha Quadrant mission, meticulously covering all aspects of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Infinite diversity. Stay current with the newest Star Trek frontiers alongside Chrissy and Thad. Union Federation. Whether your allegiance lies with Starfleet or the Planetary Union, Kyle, Kevin, Amy, and Haley offer a unified front, discussing both current Star Trek and the truly Trek at heart, the Orville. Crack open that book with Peter and the Trek Book Club podcast. Delve into a rich tapestry of Star Trek's beta canon. What's the tea, Bev? Christos spills the latest Trek news and fandom insights with an essential LGBTQIA+ perspective, complete with engaging guest interviews. Our visual voyages that you can find on YouTube as well as podcasts are Trek Masters. Think you're a Starfleet Academy graduate? Test your knowledge with Davey and MC's challenging Star Trek quiz show and the View Screen. Tune in live on Sundays for your dose of a Trek-inspired talk show. Kelvin and Amy host new 8-week seasons each spring and fall. But beyond the final frontier, we have Bargain Bin Gamer. Davey and Mitch, your self-proclaimed gamer guides, lead you to digital treasures, unearthing and reviewing the most affordable video game gems. Cinema Z. Grab your metaphorical popcorn for Mark and Matt's cinematic deep dives, unearthing overlooked films that demand your attention. History with the Zalogis. In order to never repeat it, tune in as Chrissy and Jason deliver bite-sized snippets of historical events from around the globe. You can unlock deeper levels of engagement with our exclusive patron perks. The Hive Mind is where you can join our random script readings, live reaction shows, and roundtable discussions. We appreciate you choosing BQN to fill your auditory needs. Thank you for listening. Assimilate the audio.
All right, we are at warp speed, everyone. So we are going to do 20 rapid fire questions. It's a full photon torpedo spread. You buzz in to answer. As always, I will only give you a few seconds to buzz. If we don't get a buzz,
Unable to comply.
and we will move right on. These are still questions about the Doctor from across all of Star Trek, so strap yourselves in. Question number 1, how many gigaquads does the Doctor's entire program require? How many gigaquads?
Unable to comply.
50 million gigaquads. Question number 2, what was the Doctor's name for himself with his holographic family?
Damian?
Kenneth.
That is correct.
Well done. Question number 3, what is the name of the Vidian doctor the Doctor falls in love with in Life Science? Jodi?
Danara Pell.
That is correct.
That is correct. It was Danara Pell. What's going on with my keyboard there? There we go. All right, question number... sorry, MC. I started writing the scores in, but
Oh,
I see you had to jump up.
yeah, sorry.
That's right. Yeah, Jodi just got that one, Danara Pell. Next question.
Okay.
After that, question number 4. What is the nickname that Danara Pell gave the Doctor?
Unable to comply.
Schmullus. Question
Got that from.
Question number 5. Question number 5. In First Contact, what is the Doctor's response to being asked to distract the Borg?
Damian?
I'm a doctor, not a doorstop.
That is correct.
That's correct. That's good. Question number 6. Which 2 Voyager episodes did Robert Picardo direct?
Negative.
Oops, wrong button.
Unable to comply.
Alter Ego and One Small Step. Question number 7. In Living Witness, roughly how many years in the future is the Doctor's backup module reactivated?
Jodi?
800.
Negative.
Damian, I'll give you a shot.
1,000.
Negative.
700. Question number 8. What century does the Doctor's mobile emitter originate from?
Jodi?
29th.
That is correct.
Well done. Question number 9. What legal status did Captain Janeway secure for the Doctor after the episode Author, or in the episode Author?
Jodi?
The legal says like he could have contracts. So I mean, he was given that autonomy. He wasn't given the designation of human. Was there an actual word for that?
There was a title he had that looking for. So,
Insufficient data.
Damian, do you know it?
Sentient?
Negative.
Artist. He was given the
Still
title.
better about that.
It's in the title of artist.
Absolutely.
In question 10, in Before and After, when Kez travels back in time, what is the Doctor seen with?
Unable to comply.
Hair. Question number 11. Who does the Doctor holographically imitate in order to distract Essentia whilst rescuing the Protostar crew?
Unable to comply.
Jodi?
Go, Jodi.
Admiral Janeway.
That is correct.
Yes, it was Janeway. Question number 12. In Photons Be Free, what is the name of the Tom Paris lookalike?
Nothing.
Unable to comply.
And Damian's face is
I
hilarious.
know you're just thinking of the mustache.
I'm just delighted by the question. I don't have the answer.
Lieutenant Marseille. Lieutenant Marseille.
Nice.
Of course.
Question number 13. During the reception on beta test, the Doctor performs a piece from what Mozart opera?
Jodi?
Oh yes. From the Magic Flute.
That is correct.
All right, we got a Mozart nerd and a Voyager nerd here with us. Well done. Question 14. What was the name of the 29th century time ship that the mobile emitter came from?
Unable to comply.
Aeon. Question number 15. Who did the Doctor call the finest friend I ever had?
Unable to comply.
Will it?
Damian?
Janeway?
Negative.
Kez. Question number 16. What does the Doctor have temporarily deleted in Equinox?
Damian?
His moral subroutines?
That is correct.
Ethical subroutines, but that was close enough. Question 17. How many hours of memory did the original EMH have?
Unable to comply.
1,500 hours. Question number 18.
That's 62 days.
Exactly.
62 days.
It's not very long.
Wow.
Yeah. Which Cerritos ensign ranted about people questioning the Doctor's agency and proclaimed that he had rights?
Damian?
Tandy?
Negative.
All right, Jodi, give you a shot.
I am going to go with Boimler.
That is correct.
That's correct. Well done. Second
Little
last
guess,
question
I'll take
for the game. What did the Doctor create to save Gwen's existence when her timeline was erased?
Unable to comply.
We'll let you go, Jodi.
Jodi?
Wasn't it like her own mobile emitter kind of
Negative.
device?
Not
that a
quite.
thing?
It was a temporal stabilizer. A temporal
Oh,
stabilizer.
yeah.
Final question for the game. When the Doctor is activated, what is his standard greeting?
Jodi?
Please state the nature of your medical emergency.
That is correct.
That is correct. That is correct. Well done. Well done. We are coming out of warp, answering all stop. Good game to you both. Tough game. Tough game. Not one of our most highest scoring games that we've ever.
Oh. Uh-oh.
That means we get in the record books, right? At least for that.
Yeah. I don't want to sound too shady, but MC, who was our Trek master for today?
There it is.
Well, it was a very competitive game in the warp speed round, and we ended up the game very close, with Jodi with 10.5 points, but Damian squeaking by with the win at 11.5 points.
Oh, close. Jodi is still my Voyager expert. I still go to her for the answers.
Nice.
Well, you really pulled ahead in the non-Voyager round, so I mean,
Yes.
that's true.
Very true.
You're
Well
getting
done.
lots of congratulations for a close game in the chat. And Damian, as is tradition, you get to give a victory speech.
Gosh, well, I just want to thank all of my friends for showing up in the chat. Oh, wait, they didn't. Mike and Lanita, where are you? I don't know.
Oh, I think I saw Mike. Mike was in there a little bit, I think.
Okay, good. All right,
Yeah.
I'm Mike. Sorry. And just a pleasure to hang out with you guys and with Jodi. And we're going to see her again on our pod soon, I hope. Someday.
Yeah. Actually, literally, like, as you won, Mike said, go Damian. So he's there. He's like
Oh,
saying,
okay. All right. Sorry.
he's like-
sorry.
it's like saying, I am here in all capital letters at the moment. So
Okay.
Mike is with us. Mike is with us.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
And Jodi, your concession speech as you give the title of Trek Master over to Damian.
Well, I mean, he has been on the show before, so I'm going to give him that little edge, I guess, will be that. But always fun to hang out with him, and I've enjoyed this experience very much, and hope that I can redeem myself at a future date.
We'll gladly have.
I'll take off my Voyager crown for a little bit, I think. Pass it on.
You were brilliant, and we'll gladly have both of you back at any time. That was a lot of fun and a really, really fun topic to research. Before we all beam out for today, let's do a quick round of self-promotion, starting with my co-host, MC.
You can find me all over social media as MC Frodus, because branding is important. On Thursday nights at 9:30 Eastern on Strange New Pod. This week we will be covering the Strange New Worlds trailer. And since I've been working on it all day, you can check out my website, frodus.net, where I post all of my art and stuff like that. And you can find out how to get commissions for me and lots of wonderful stuff like that.
Ooh, congratulations. Well done for launching that.
I've had it forever. I just haven't updated
You
it.
just updated it. Okay. Yeah. We'll call it a relaunch. Like, yeah. Oh, well, that's exciting. Frodus.net, everyone. So have a look out for that. Jodi, what about you?
Yeah, you can find me all over social media at Jodi Pickens, Jodi Pickens, or on the Instagram, I'm jpickens01 because somebody stole my name before I got there long, long ago. But you can also find me pretty regularly over on the Clone Star podcast, and you can find Show and Mike and myself there at clonestarpodcast.com. You can find us everywhere.
Amazing. And Damian?
Yeah, still over at Hailing Frequencies Open with Mike and Lanita. Our next couple things we've made friends with a guy who does Trek shorts. So we're sort of delving into the world of Star Trek fan films, and we are just coming off a series on slash fiction. So adults in the room can learn all about the very real history of the Kirk Spock erotic fiction that
I think you mean the ins and outs of Kirk Spock.
the ins and outs. Yes, I'll tell you, it was new to us, and we learned a lot about it. And there was a lot of really filthy housewives in the early '70s. Some amazing stories. So. Kept Star Trek alive during the dark years. So,
Wow. That's worth a listen, everyone. I mean, hearing about
we are
filthy housewives
always
in the
up to
70s.
some sort of chaos. So come listen to us there. Yes, and we also did Debate Club with Jodi, where we debated who we wanted to hand the keys to the franchise to. So that's one of our other sort of fun formats that we've.
Nice. Well, go and check them out. Hailing Frequencies is a highly entertaining and very, very fun podcast, and always love having you all on the show. As for me, so Trek Masters is coming at you every weekend, Sunday mornings in Australia, Saturday evenings in the Northern Hemisphere. You can register to be a contestant by hitting me up on social media. You can find Trekmasters quiz on Instagram and Blue Sky. You can also find me on the BQN Podcast Discord server. There is a link in the episode description. Do just send up a DM if you would like to register your interest to be a contestant. We are currently all filled up for contestants for May, but still have some slots in June. So we've got a very, very busy couple of months coming up. Finally, as well, you can find my other podcast on the BQN network, The Bargain Bin Gamers, spelt Gaymer, where my best friend Mitch and I explore the ins and outs of queerness and affordable video gaming, or queerness in affordable video gaming, which is an interesting intersection. And we are about to launch our in-depth review of the free-to-play Pokemon Champions. That's it from us for another week. We'll see you again. I think we're back next week with another Voyager-based quiz, so keep an eye out for that. But until then, remember that no matter what you do and no matter where you go, please make sure that you go boldly. We'll see you next time.
Double T Media.